Are you ready for some football? It's the Bears and the Silver and Black, and it comes your way next.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Carter, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Vegas. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
Second down and 3. Williams. He's got his big target, Everett. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Chicago.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and we'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect.
And he will get into the end zone. Gerald Everett, touchdown Chicago. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He gets it to go, and the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Amir Abdullah on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they convert on 3rd and 3.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? This 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's Minshew. He's got his man, Devontae Adams.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Madison gets it from the pistol.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Tyler Scott deep to return for the Bears. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Bears offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back, looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Swift gets it from the pistol. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. Another run here, another run by Swift. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after one, it's the Bears off to the early lead. And we're back in Vegas after this. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Williams going to keep it himself. Caleb Williams. And he's going to go into the end zone on an electrifying run. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Bears. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, shades of college football, old school offense there. They run option, and they pick the right option. The quarterback keeps it for the touchdown.
And the key to defending an option play, Mike, is that every defender executes their specific job. In this case, the defender who was responsible for the quarterback, he completely loses sight of him, and it was all the space the quarterback needed to take it to the house.
Bears 14, Raiders nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Abdullah now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll stick with Madison. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 1.
He'll try and throw with Minshew. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air?
Oh, no chance to get rid of that ball. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. but also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on third down, and give yourself a chance.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. That's into the hands of Tucker. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Trey Tucker, touchdown Las Vegas.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. DeAndre Carter on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On the give, it's Swift. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. On 4th down, here's Tory Taylor to punt for Chicago. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. The Raiders offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
Storms are mine, but you know she living major. When you flying up, this ain't no cables.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. He's got Myers on the completion. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Raider first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back is Minshew. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Second and 11. Now Minshew. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are back within 4 at 14-10.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Abdullah now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Trailed by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. TJ Edwards there on the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 8. They're going to go play action now with Minshew. That's to the outside. He's got it to Bowers on the corner route. That one good for 29.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
That's brought in by Myers. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back.
That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Bears offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. On first down, it's Swift. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Williams to throw on second down. Throw right side, caught by Odunze.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On 3rd and a yard, it's Williams. He'll get this out wide. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Kmet. A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Bears first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll go again with Swift. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? The reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward. Got 8 yards and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
3rd and 2, and here's Minshew, and that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
The Raiders send their punt team out, and they'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. On the return, here's Scott, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Marcus Epps up from the secondary to make the tackle. A play fake. Now Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears send out their punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. On the return is Tucker, and he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Raiders offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Madison. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. That one caught by Tucker. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now Madison. They're going to get the conversion here on 3rd down. He'll bring this up to the 33-yard line.
And the Raiders first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, here's Minshew. That's caught left side by Bowers. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
1. He'll try and throw with Minshew. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. He's got the Golden Domer. That's Michael Mayer.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now 2nd and inches. He'll go here with Madison. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he'll take it on in. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Raiders.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive, which starts with first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Here's second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Now he'll run. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the first down. 10 yards to pick up there, and that'll get him a new set of downs.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Here comes second down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. There he goes again.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
2 timeouts, still in their back pocket. It's first and 10. He'll take off again. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on first and 10. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On the ground, it's Madison. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. They get the guard, Jackson Powers Johnson. To throw, Minshew. He gets this one to Tucker. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
It's the gain of 7. Brings up third and 8.
Minshew going to look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, Vegas.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Minshew going to look to throw again. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Off the play fake, it's Minshew. That's taken in by the running back, Madison. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second down 9 at the 43-yard line.
Again, it's Madison. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now.
That's the gain of 4. Brings up third and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. On the draw, here's Madison. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Big opening up the middle. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
They keep finding ways to keep this drive alive, and they're set up now for 1st and goal. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. on the handoff. It's White. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. Third and goal. They look to throw it with Minshew. That is caught! What a job on the scramble! Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Vegas. Don't forget about the extra point here. This, an important one. The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout. First and 10. Throwing is Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
they'll indeed go. It's Williams. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.